week, and the campaign, which is the Public Protectors Initiative, is now in its third year. Its purpose to ensure responsive service delivery and promote the importance of ethical leadership by emphasizing the adherence to good governance and proper conduct in state affairs. Joining us now is the Public Protector Thuli Madonsela, who joins us from our studios in Pretoria. Public Protector, good morning to you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning for you, and good morning to the listeners. Thank you for having me on the show.
No, thank you for joining us. So, over the past 3 years, how has Good Governance Week been received?
It has been received very well. It has had support from all quarters in society, the legislature, the executive, the organs of state that are responsible for oversight work, and it has also received a lot of support from civil society and the media. The people themselves seem to be warming up to the idea of lighting a candle for good governance instead of only complaining about maladministration.
So the physical representation would be to light a candle. When, where, and how must this be done?
We need people firstly to understand what is good governance, therefore what are the ethical standards that should be upheld by people who exercise public power. And we have drawn people's attention primarily to the Constitution, mainly Section 195, which talks about principles of public administration, the Bill of Rights, the preamble, which talks about creating a better life for all people and freeing the potential of every person. We've also drawn our people's attention to Batupili principles. So when we're talking about lighting a candle, we're talking about upholding the right standards of governance, the standards that are ethical, where people on their own know what is right and what is wrong. They don't wait for the Auditor General, the Public Protector, or the Public Service Commission to tell them what is right and what is wrong.
So in terms of this week, what communities are you touching? What areas are you going to be visiting? Who are you engaging with?
We had a conference for the first 2 days at the University of South Africa with all stakeholders, a minister, deputy minister addressed, members of parliament, civil society. Corruption Watch addressed the issue of ethical leadership and ethical governance. Today we're at Lodium at a high school where we're going to talk to young people about ethical leadership, ethical governance, and what is the role of civil society, particularly as whistleblowers, but also as people who can corrupt people in government, and how should they make sure that they don't do that. And then we are going tomorrow to be visiting traditional authorities. We will talk to rural communities about their rights under the Constitution in terms of fair administrative action, and what can the Public Protector do for them, the Auditor General, and all of the various oversight bodies. On Saturday, we are going to be at malls where we'll be talking to shoppers. I must indicate that some of the activities will be here in Pretoria, and they will be involving me and senior officials in my office. The rest of the activities will be in the provinces, led by the Public Protector representatives.
Now, just how are you managing to continue with business as usual, as it were, in the face of the challenges such as the recent story, your deputy, Mamiki Shai, accusing you of bias in the DA-led Midvaal municipality, and that you deliberately withheld its release until after the municipal elections?
I'm not sure whether the accusation did come from the deputy, because it's still going to be checked by Parliament who really made those accusations. But from my side, I'm doing the job I was hired to do. I was hired to investigate maladministration or improper conduct in state affairs, to report on that conduct and to take appropriate remedial action. I do that with a team of dedicated people, and we can't do any more than that, and we can't do less than that.
Are you concerned, though, about these allegations?
I believe that people have a right to question the work I do. I am accountable like any other person who is entrusted with power. So I'm answerable as everyone else. But I must indicate, Vuyo, that I would be shocked that somebody would ask Parliament to ask me questions about why I changed my decision, because it's not Parliament's place to tell me what decisions to make. The Constitution is very clear that I'm an independent, impartial, and only answerable to the law and the Constitution in terms of my decisional independence. So only a court of law really can ask me about the contents of my decision. Parliament has to ask me, how did I treat people, how did I spend money? But having said everything, I know that I never sat on any report. That report arrived on my desk long after the elections, and I had been asking for it. The DA had been asking for it. The ANC in Midvaal had been asking for it. And regarding the changing of the report, I do edit final reports because I have to speak in my own voice. Just as judges have their judgments often prepared by clerks, at the end of the day, the final decision must be that of the judge, and my decisions have to be my decisions and not those of my investigators.
All right. Thank you very much. Advocate Thuli Madonsela is the Public Protector, joining us talking about Good Governance Week, which is in its third day today. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate it.